enabled. SIDBI presents Second Investors Day.
SIDBI, as the implementing agency for the Fund of Fund for Startups, has been taking various initiatives from time to time to strengthen the startup ecosystem in the country. SIDBI organized the second edition of Investors Day recently in Bengaluru. This day-long event provided a platform for aspiring startups to interact with investors and fund managers to explore business opportunities and discuss their funding needs.
In continuation of a first initiative held in Lucknow last year, we are here today in Bangalore for the second edition of the Investors Day with the aim to further strengthen the startup of the ecosystems. Ladies and gentlemen, now to commence with the day's proceedings, I would like to invite the Chairman and Managing Director of Small Industries Development Bank of India, SIDBI, Shri Mohammed Mustafa, for the welcome address.
Idea basically was not only to make these startups available a platform where they can pitch their strengths, and also so that they can better network and they learn from each other. They learn from what funds are looking for and move ahead. What is that BCs are actually looking for in a startup? So first of all, they are looking for money. See, that is most important. Everybody is looking for 100x returns. So that is main thing. And then obviously if you want money, then you have to have a business which should be scalable. There should be a great market opportunity. And if that is existing, then you have to have a good team. What is that startups are looking for in a VC? It is very simple. They want that whatever dilution is happening should not be adverse, basically meaning that their ownership should be intact. Obviously, high degree of control is that something that they want, and they want basically a fair deal between the fund and the company at pre-investment level. Then there is another post-investment level also. So there, VCs will expect you to give you a zoomed-out view of various things, brand building, management, talent hiring, everything else. So that is another expectations that a startups looks for. So in nutshell, you can say they are looking for a founder-friendly VC. So this is a typical due diligence cycle that takes place during the fundraising. Now, what do we expect from this? Expectation from this investor day is that they come, they gather experience, talk to you, network with you, learn. Maybe they will not be able to raise money this time, but they will learn how to go about it, what is the next step. It is a kind of permanent platform that we are trying to create that will host every quarter, where the startups which are actually meritorious, where they deserve a chance to be seriously seen. So this is a great opportunity where startups can be assessed by top funds because they will be coming here. We are trying to create a platform where these startups get an opportunity to come. Thank you.
Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Ms. Vani Kola, Founder and Managing Director of Kalari Capital, for the keynote address.
I think it's a very, very important landmark, and I'm so happy to have this happen for the first time here in Bangalore and to participate in it. We are all here because we share a common commitment and a common vision and passion to see a startup ecosystem thrive and succeed in India. We are at this time in India where we can create and influence and impact not only the economy, but also sort of the future direction of the country. How much we talk about funding as a proxy to a great company. Of course, funding is necessary. It's not that funding doesn't have a most important critical role, but funding by itself, we know, is not the means to create a great company. It's the vision of the entrepreneurs, it's their capacity to execute, it's their capacity to continue to fine-tune their vision and be able to create continuous value. This focus on how much funding, I think, has to shift to what is the differentiation a company is building, what is the IP they are building, what is the value that they are offering. In the end, unless we are changing affordability, accessibility, and inclusiveness for every Indian and creating that as the end value, there is no business that has a long-term survival. If a company is building a valuable business, ultimately they will find a way to get funding. This has been my firm belief. You need to create value and capital at every stage for this linkage to work smoothly. Like I said, until recently, there really wasn't any local capital available, and so you had to raise capital as a fund, now I'm talking about, outside of India. And I think the first institutional venture to provide capital to funds is really through SIDBI, and that's why it's, I think, a very laudable effort towards spurring that and providing that framework through which we can create a local LP base. And I believe that's another important change to the ecosystem that is set to happen from this beginning. And, we are fortunate not only that there is local capital for funds right now, but also we have this kind of a gathering where funds and startups can come together and brainstorm and see how we can collectively work towards making India a very important and interesting capital destination. Wish everyone the best for 2020.
This is actually an excellent initiative undertaken by SIDBI, where they're bringing together institutional investors that SIDBI is involved with, along with young companies that are looking to raise often their first round or their second round of funding. And this allows us as investors an opportunity to hear from the companies themselves, and allows the companies access to investors which in the normal course they may not have access to.
Gives us an opportunity to meet with investors and showcase what we are doing and what we can do, and create. Already we see interest from investors.
I see this as a great opportunity for startups to pitch their products or pitch their solutions in front of such a huge set of VC funds, so that we can mitigate the solutions, or also we can utilize their funds for our betterment or our expansion of the solution.
It is going to help small companies to really get access to investors and project our plans, our products, and be part of the larger ecosystem.
It's like the platform itself that is going to help the other community, the next generation, to really launch their ideas and then bring it to life. That is the most important thing. Till now, it was not there, and this is going to be one unique experience for everybody.
SIDBI presents Second Investors Day. SIDBI presents Second Investors Day.
20 shortlisted startups selected by the fund managers got an opportunity to pitch their business ideas in front of investors throughout the day. Every startup got 20 minutes to pitch their business idea during the presentation round.
We are one of the few companies in India who are working on core AI research. We develop AI algorithms to automatically detect abnormalities in medical scans. Our technology is very generic. It can be extended to all body parts as well as various modalities like CT scans, X-rays, and MRIs.
A bunch of EV manufacturers in the country, particularly in the two-wheeler and the three-wheeler space, approached us and they said, can you make first life battery packs for us as well? When the market started coming to us for the competencies that we had developed, we said, okay, let's figure out what is the business model here that essentially dovetails into the core competencies that we've developed around second life and around material extraction. So the proposition that we put out to the market was, hey, look, we can give you a battery pack with a 3-year warranty, but at the end of 3 years, you can do one of the two. You can either send back the pack to us, and we'll give you a 20% buyback price, or we'll give you a refurbished pack at the end of 3 years to extend the warranty by another 3 years. With that, we may be the only player at the moment who's doing first life, second life, and metal extraction all in the same facility.
We are the electric bicycle manufacturing startup. Our brand name is Faraday. Faraday is a brand which is made in India for the world. In order to produce a moderate commute in India has become a very big problem, and commutation is becoming very expensive. A person who's having a salary of, let's say, about 5,000 rupees and spending around 1,000 rupees on a commutation, it's around 20% of the price he's spending on the commutation. The metro cities having a problem of traffic, pollution, and parking problem. Apart from the cost, there is also an issue in rural India where the population density is not much. The problem of public transport is almost, the existence of public transport is almost nil. So the electric bicycle can be, one of the solutions for these kind of issues.
In our presentation, I think fundamentally it was the video and the storyline in terms of why you need to maintain good gut microbiome is very important. And number two, in terms of the B2B partnering and strategy. And number three, we ensure that the product is very customizable to different customers in a B2B segment so that we are not fixated on one particular product.
In terms of some of the points on technology, we highlighted how we're using cutting edge technology like AI to enable ultimate, the interactivity with the customer base for our micro entrepreneurs who are generally illiterate. So we're using AI to overcome the obstacle by giving them a very intelligent scale which can detect the thing underweight and automatically generate bills, etc. So our idea is to use AI in the overall supply chain from farm to fork, and easing the life of both micro entrepreneurs and also in the long run life of farmers.
At the end of every presentation round, fund managers and investors interacted and discussed with startups on their business pitch and finally expressed their interest through a specially created app.
What are you doing in these new models? There are 60 crore new people in India that are on digital right now. Right, you're trying to create a brand that is niche. It's not a mass market product, right? How your strategy is going to work in terms of digital, and what is your storyline in terms of the niche versus the mass?
We were not able to go into social media because we didn't have the capital to fund that part of the business. But now with the support which we have just recently received, our social media campaign is in the cooker. We are getting that done. Going forward, D2C or direct to consumer is going to be the play. We are not going to do order fulfillment. That is a completely different business. We are going to stock the products on Amazon. We are going to stock the products on Flipkart. We are going to stock the products on Big Basket. We are going to have social media campaigns which are driven to a specific audience. And when they click or when they want to shop, it directly goes to the Amazon or the Flipkart or whatever digital marketplace which we have assigned to, and they do the fulfillment. This is the broader model. Now from this, what we get is, we have direct to consumer reach. We have a collateral rub-off effect where these consumers are exposed to this brand and they go and purchase at modern trade outlets, right? So that's a synergy which happens.
The highest number of expression of interest given by investors to startups were recorded on an on-screen leaderboard.
The interesting part is that SIDBI has backed 47 funds across India, and they have been able to bring all the funds under this umbrella through this event. So we are able to meet all the investment funds that are active and investing in India. But more importantly, their own outreach, they have been able to select 20 plus potential companies that we as fund could look at.
Creating an opportunity like this or a platform like this is definitely very nice, because we will know, what kind of other companies are in the same space, or you'll know competitors. You'll also know what kind of investors are and what are they interested in, because specific investors they have their own areas and they invest in such kind of companies. So we got wide exposure to different kinds of investors.
Investor Day is a great opportunity for startup like us to come and be able to present an idea to an elite list of panelists here, and even the SIDBI panelists as well as the fund managers across the country. And second, also gives us a confidence, right? If we are selected one top 20 within the country, definitely validates the idea that we are doing, right? And I've already received an interest from directly SIDBI itself, where they want to use our platform probably. So I think this is a great win for us.
I think the platform is excellent. We were able to express our views and interact with the VCs. I think there's a lot of networking opportunity as well. So I think SIDBI should keep doing that and more often. And we look forward to this platform.
It's very difficult to assemble such a huge pool of investors under one single roof. So I think these are very important, interesting learnings from my side at the end of the day.
SIDBI presents Second Investors Day. SIDBI presents Second Investors Day.
The top 6 startups that received the highest expression of interest were felicitated by SIDBI at the end of second edition of Investors Day and were to be provided funding by investors.
You did very well in your presentations and for your pitch. And we have the top 5 startups who have garnered the maximum expression of interest. In fact, there are top 6, not top 5. So let's see who they are. The very first startup receiving the certificate as well as a trophy is Loham Cleantech Private Limited. Congratulations. The next startup receiving the certificate and the trophy is Genome Private Limited. Congratulations. The third startup receiving the trophy as well as the certificate is N Dimension Technology Private Limited. The next startup receiving the certificate and the trophy is Ivy Room Power Private Limited. Congratulations. The 5th best startup who received maximum EOI, City Mandi Business Private Limited. We also have a 6th best startup who garnered maximum EOIs, and it goes to TJ Dharam Gourmet Company. Thank you so much, and congratulations once again to all the startups here, and we wish you all the very best. Before we wind up, I would request all the startups to kindly come up on stage for a group photograph session.
हरना नहीं मंजूर दूर रे जाना है जाना बड़ी दूर हो चलते जा
We feel that our hard work and our strategy has worked, and we have been able to present the value in front of investors. We've got a lot of queries and a lot of interest from the investors, which is a delight. We are delighted.
It's actually a great validation for our idea and the market need and the solution that we developed. So currently feeling very happy. Hopefully we want to talk to all these investors and convert all these leads and take it forward to get our Series A investment.
We are very delighted to win the competition. We do believe SIDBI has done a great service by providing this platform to both startups and investors to bring them together and help us share our stories with them.
The actual openness and very open in terms of what our plans are. I think that particular thing attracted people. And secondly, I think it is a very differentiating kind of model that we're using, not just business model, but also in terms of conceptually what we're trying to do. That is actually also attracted many investors from what I think.
Right now for the year 1, we are looking about the funding about $1 million US. So where the majority of the fund would go in the working capital, we'll be spending a lot in terms of the marketing plus the R&D and the product development. So that is how we are going to spend this fund.
It's great to be validated by the investing community, and we hope to become a global brand in the years to come.
Investors Day in its second edition was a grand success, and the initiative had given startups a platform to share their vision and aspirations with a large number of investors and venture capitalists.
SIDBI presents Second Investors Day. Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.